Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining me on this video. This is the second one in a two-parter. I just unpacked that box full of Spider-Woman. 25 issues of the first volume of Spider-Woman, and this box is going to be a variety of comics. I won't be opening them all and browsing through all of them, but I will be browsing through some of them. Just to give you guys an idea of the inside art, maybe some storylines, villains, the superheroes themselves, of course, but some issues are just bought as a fill-in for my collection. And there's also one a gift inside for a friend of mine who had his birthday, and I just wanted to get him a comic, and so that one is not even for myself. But apart from that, the other ones pretty much should be. And it came from two guys. There's some guys from Arnold and some guys from Dennis inside. And it came in through Dennis, so Arnold sent his comics to Dennis and Dennis sent them to me. And I think there's no other comics from other guys in there. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we'll see what's inside. Just opening up the tape. It's a huge box. It's probably gonna be filled with a lot of packaging and fill-up material. I guess Dennis tore up a magazine. I have no idea what kind of magazine it is. It looks like a gardening magazine or something. Oh wait, interior decorating. Oh wait, it's an aquarium. It's an aquarium. So. But what I also see is some candies, little wine gums. Coca-Cola type. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk this whole video with a full mouth, I guess. I'm just gonna jump on some of these small cola bottles, Coke bottles, and they taste like Coca-Cola, or so they say. But yeah, let's go. Let's keep on going with unpacking. Couple of candies. And here we go. First package of comics. I'll just put them to the side first, and then once this box is emptied out, I'll go through them one by one. This looks like something which is not for me, but it might be a freebie, I don't know. Oh wait, I got one package voor another guy. Wendy, er zit ook een pakketje voor jou bij. Die komt gewoon natuurlijk op je stapel. I think that's it. So yeah, what I was just saying in Dutch is we have a community on Facebook, and there's some Facebook groups who are friendly with one another, and they send out comics who are for some other people to me, or me to Dennis, or Randy or Dave, and that way they can save on shipping costs. So we just send a package, and if I send a package to Dennis, I'll ask can I send some comics for this and that guy, because he probably has a pal lying around at your place. So that's how we keep the shipping costs down. This one's for a guy, Wendy, from Belgium, and yeah, it's gonna end up on his stack, which I have lying around already. These are only a couple of issues, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6. So since I'm already paying for shipment for comics coming from Dennis, Wendy's getting shipment for free, and that way he doesn't have to pay for 2 boxes, one coming from Dennis, one coming from me. No, we put them together, and he only has to pay for shipment for 1 box. So that's the story behind this. So what we have here is 2 packages, and I'm not sure what's inside of these 2 packages. I'll just open the small one first, put the big one to the side a little bit, and see what's inside here. As always, I try to save the bubble wrap to not have too much plastic spilling. And if I can save it and reuse it, I will. So let me just put some attention to taking this tape off. So I don't carry it up all the way. There we go. In the meantime, I'll just get some more candies in my mouth. I don't think I'm going to be able to save this bubble wrap, because as you can see, it's already tearing up, so I just gotta rip it up. I just gotta take the comics out and deal with that later, so you guys don't have to wait for that. Let me see if they're all stacked up properly. Yeah, this is a nice stack. I'm very happy to share these comics with you guys. First up, there's an Avengers number 81. Not in the best of quality. As you can see, the pages are, the cover is discolored. There used to be a price tag on here. You can see some residue of the glue, but I did not have this one yet, and some spine ticks, as you can see right there. I did not have this one, and it was pretty. It was for a price which was doable for me. I already saw that the quality wasn't that good, but I didn't have it. Now I do, and I can always upgrade it later. I'll just show you guys the insides a little bit. Just get rid of the tape. Avengers Volume 1, of course, Wanda and Vision, Scarlet Witch and Vision, with some dogs holding guns. And as you can see, the insides are pretty, pages are pretty brownish, but that's no problem. Written by Roy Thomas and art by John Buscema. And we've got some Captain America, Thor, Black Panther, Quicksilver, and what else do we have? Goliath. That's Hawkeye, actually. We got a Red Wolf. I didn't know he was part of the Avengers in this time. Learning something new every day. And Scarlet Witch and Vision. I did not know that Red Wolf was part of the Avengers, but maybe it's just a guess appearance. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not familiar with the story, so I'm not gonna ruin it for myself. I'm just gonna browse through it real quick. You guys can sort of have an idea of what's inside. And on to the next one. I'm very happy with this, regardless of the state it's in. Next up is Kazar the Savage. I just bought this one. I think there was one issue where there was the villain was Belasco from Limbo, and I just wanted to get that one. And I had some other issues here and there from Kazar the Savage, so I figured, what the hell, why not just get this one as well? So issue number 32 of Kazar the Savage. Then we have a personal guilty pleasure, 90s Image comics, but this one, I already had Brigade number 1, but this one is a gold foil one. As you can see, very happy to have this one. Looks very good quality, and a gold foil. Shiny bling bling. I'm happy with that. Then we have Spider-Man in Bedrock, the 1B version. I'm not sure if I have the 1A, but if I don't, I might eventually get it. It's not high on my priority list, but I saw this one come by and I figured, fuck it, let's just get it. Oh wait, speaking of hoarding and not knowing what you're buying, apparently I bought issue 1A as well, so I got issue 1A and 1B, so yeah, that's just the way it goes, I guess. Then we have the Eternals volume 2, I think, issue number 10. where apparently Cersei is changing Icarus into a deviant or whatever. I have no idea what's going on. I'll read all about it. Issue number 9. Issue number 9. Issue number 6. Issue number 4. Yeah, I guess I'm getting pretty close to having this. I think it's volume 2, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, pretty sure it's volume 2. I'm getting pretty close to completing this, I guess. And then we have an annual, New Teen Titans number 16. And that's done by, written by Marv Wolfman. Not the art done by George Perez, sadly. But it still looks pretty cool. So, yeah. Then, going back to 90s Image comics, darker Image, also the gold foil cover, and it just looks amazing. I just love the way this looks. Max. That's probably one of the 3 figures that I like the most of this threesome. And Deathblow, back in the days, it looked really cool, and I love Jim Lee's art, especially this dark and gritty version. But then after 1 or 2 issues, maybe 3 issues, the art would be done by Tim Sale, and it just didn't look right. And all this art is done by Sam Keith. I love Sam Keith's art. Already had darker Image. I'm just looking for the backed versions with all 3 trading cards of all 3 guys, and this one is just cherry on top. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. Then we have Hawk and Dove issue number 3. So very happy with this stack. And all these comics came from Arnoud. So Arnoud, dankjewel. Very happy with this. Nice additions to the collection. And then we have this shit, and I'm very curious what that Eagle comic is, because I'm pretty sure that I did not buy that, so that's probably a freebie. So I'm curious what that is, what the art looks like. I don't even know the publisher. What's the publisher? Crystal Comics. Never heard of that. Never heard of it. Look at that. Isn't it a good looking towel? Yeah, generally when I purchase comics from Dennis, he always drops in like a freebie comic. Probably something he wants to get rid of, and it's a nice buffer to lay on top of the comics, so that your comics don't get damaged even if the box gets damaged. So yeah. Let's just see what this is. It looks like anime-ish. At least the backside did, but the insides apparently do not. There is some Asian stuff going on with ninjas. Oh, it sort of does look manga-ish. Never heard of it. Probably not gonna read it, but who knows. Then Trencher, yeah, I've heard different things about Keith Giffen, right? I think it's Keith Giffen. I'll look it up. But yeah, the art on this is so out of whack. It's all over the top. It's a very specific art style. You'll recognize it anywhere. I like it, even though when I'm reading the comic, I have no idea what's going on. But I'll show you the insides. It's just one big mess. But I like it. It's something totally different than what the generic artists do. It's yeah, I like this. Even though I hardly know what's going on in the story. But yeah, Trencher. And I'm pretty sure it's Keith Giffen. Yeah. Created, written, and drawn by Keith Giffen. So it's a creator-owned Image comic with a guest appearance by Supreme. And I just like the way this looks. But yeah, it's a guilty pleasure as well. So But I think this is a freebie as well because it's not bagged and boarded, and I already had it, so I think it's a free. Then this one, oh, look at this cover. The Joker puzzle box. I've only recently started collecting DC comics. I started off with New Teen Titans, and then also started buying Batman, Detective Comics, etc, etc. And here we are, me buying the Joker puzzle box comics just because I like the covers. And there's it's either trade dress or, yeah, I don't think it's a virgin because of the prints here, so it's probably trade dress. Whatever, I just like the covers, they look really amazing. Look at that. Amazing fucking covers. It looks really amazing. Fool Killer, issue number 3. I had a couple of issues of this series. It's not high on my priority list, but I needed this issue to complete the gap. So there we go. Black Order. I don't have any comics of this series, but Dennis was holding a really cheap, I think it's charity event, or maybe just wanted to get rid of some comics, so they were offered pretty cheap, and I figured, well, hey, there's Thanos on there, so we might as well just get it. Then we have Deadpool number 29. Also a series, like, I'm a fan of the original Deadpool, like the ruthless mercenary with just quick quips and just an annoying piece of shit, and not so much the slapstick version of Deadpool that it is now. So these series are not that high on my list, but if I see them for a nice price, I'll just grab them anyways. So issue number 29, part of the original Sin event. Then we have a Nova, issue number 9, Sam Alexander Nova, not the Rich Rider Nova. I'm just trying to complete those issues and then read them. I have no idea what the storylines are about yet. Then what we have here is a variant cover, and I have a friend who's a very big fan of variant covers, so this one is a present voor Martin. Nogmaals, maanden later gefeliciteerd jongen met je verjaardag, en deze komt naar jou toe. Waarschijnlijk zaterdag al. Then we have Savage Dragon God of War. I did not have this limited series. I think it's a limited series and not a one-shot. I've been buying some Savage Dragons here and there, and this one is just another edition. The Man Called Nova, the original Nova, not the Sam Alexander you just saw, but the Richard Rider Nova, the first volume. I think, somewhere in the 70s, late 70s, I think. I'll just open this one up. Like 74, 75, oh wait, 77. So it's around the same time as the Spider-Woman's in the other video. 77, March 77. Art done by Sal Buscema and Marv Wolfman. Not the iconic Sal Buscema's art yet, but he's getting there. I think it's sort of like an in-between. Oh wait, yeah. Oh, the swings, yeah, I like that film. Don't know much about him, but I just like the way it looks, and I have no idea what his power set is. But yeah, this is a nice addition to my collection. I'm just grabbing some issues here and there of this series. It's a real classic comic. Happy to have this one. As you can see, a small folder in the back cover. See if I can pull it back. Careful, careful, careful. Don't want to get more folds in the cover. There we go. Got it. Back a little bit. So yeah, Nova Volume 1, issue number 7. Then I generally don't buy that many variants. And there's a lot of hate for Black Bolt and the Inhumans and how much they suck or not. I like the Inhumans. I like Black Bolt as a character. It's a very interesting concept to have a very destructive voice and never wanting to use it because it just destroys everything around you unless you really need to. So this is Inhumans vs. X-Men issue number 0, a variant edition. I just like the way this looks. And I think it's a Ron Lim cover. Yeah, it's a Ron Lim cover. Yeah, I just had to get one. I generally don't buy that many variants, but this one I couldn't resist. Against Cyclops, of course. Then we have another Kazar, issue number 8. Not the best stated sin, but it's doable and only for a couple of euros. I have no idea what I paid for this, but it was probably worth it. Then we have Iron Fist, issue number 2 of 3, against S.H.I.E.L.D. or with S.H.I.E.L.D., I have no idea. What's this? What's this? Like these? Oh no. Let's just open it up. From what I'm seeing, the names I can only recall like Dan Jurgens and Butch Keys, but not Jackson Keys. I think that's the same guy. I'm not really impressed with this art that much. This looks pretty generic, even though I'm not 100% sure, but I think Jackson Keys and Butch Keys are the same guy. He did some issues on Uncanny X-Men back in probably like mid to late 80s or something like that, and I really like the art style in there. But as always, the artist is very dependent on the inker, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. This didn't look that good, honestly. All New Invaders, issue number 12. I don't think I have any issue of this series, but I just like the cover, and I'll just see what's up with it. It looks really good. I like this cover, it looks really good. Then we have the Savage Dragon God of War, issue number 2. So apparently it was not a one-shot, but a limited series. So there we go. Then, for me not being a variant guy, here we have another variant. It's a, what is it? 1960s variant. Very hippie-ish. It must be Emma Frost, I'm not 100% sure about that, but it just looks very hippie-ish. The decoration is almost the same as Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine, but I just like this one. I already have the original, like the A variant, the A cover, but I just want to get this one. Issue number 7. I think I already bought this somewhere else, so this might end up in the sale somewhere on the Facebook page. Eventually, I'll just look it up. And yeah, this one I already have for sure, so that's gonna end up in the sale as well. Iron Fist issue number 1. And this art looks pretty dynamic and interesting. I'm just gonna open this up. Who's done this? Jack Morelli. Never heard of that. Oh wait, that's the letter. Robert Brown. Yeah, I've never heard of that artist before. But it looks pretty cool actually. Pretty dynamic and detailed. Very 90-ish. Might be end of the 90s, maybe even beginning of 2000, but I doubt it. I think it's late 90s. Yeah, 1996. I don't know if you can read it, but 1996. There we go. I'm pleasantly surprised by this. It seems to have sort of a origin story. Starts off with a sort of origin story of Iron Fist. I have no idea which volume this is. Probably volume 2 or 3 or something like that. The Descent. I'm not even sure if it's the origin story, to be honest, but I'm intrigued. Then next up, yeah, well, like there were only a couple of series which I really like the art in from the image titles. Of course, Wildcat, Cyberforce, Spawn, Savage Dragon, like the original members of the Image Foundation. But there's an artist which came over from Marvel as well, Stephen Platt, and he started drawing Prophet for like the last couple of issues and then the second volume as well. And I saw this variant come by, and I did not have this one, so I had the A version and the B version. But I just like the way this one looked. So I'm just gonna open it up, see if I can show you guys. I'm not sure if this is the first volume. If it's the first volume, I'm just gonna put it back in the bag again, because that won't be art by Stephen Platt. But if it's the second volume, it will be. Let's just take a look. Oh, it's the first one. Too bad. But anyways, it's a facsimile edition, but a variant version. Prophet issue number 1, facsimile, Image Comics, 500 print run, so it's pretty scarce. And the art is probably done by Mark Bacella, and by Dan Ocean, I think. It's just pencils and inks, both by Dan Ocean. Yeah, very image. I mean, if you told me Rob Liefeld drew it, I would believe you as well. Not bashing on Rob Liefeld. I like Rob Liefeld's art, depending on how much time and effort he put in it and who inked it. But it's very typical Extreme Studios art, and not what I was hoping for with Stephen Platt. But I bought it for the cover anyway, so who cares, right? So I'll put it back in the bag. Then we have a limited series of Thor's number 1, part of the Battle World Secret Wars event. Did not have this one yet. Gradually trying to get all the miniseries. Some have like 3 issues or 4 issues, some have 6 issues, I think. So this is the start of Thor's. I did not have that one, had to have it. Speaking of Battle World Secret Wars Red Skull number 3, I thought I had this one, so it's probably a nice addition to an already somewhat existing collection of the series. I wouldn't be surprised if I had issue 1, 2, and 4 and this one completed it, or maybe 1 and 2 and I needed the last issue. So yeah, I'm happy having that one. Then we have a Daredevil issue 149. This one came by, I just had to grab it. I'm not that much of a Daredevil hunter, even though I really like the character. But the oldies, I'm passing up on those because I'm more trying to focus on, as you can see, but sort of focus on Uncanny X-Men, some Hulk, Avengers, Fantastic Four, and a little bit of Captain America. And if I start doing Daredevil, and also Spider-Man and Moon Knight, but if I start doing Daredevil as well, I'll never get there. So yeah. But I saw this one and I just had to get it. Speaking of no focus, Superior Spider-Man. I just bought this one. I have no idea why. Deadpool Fear Itself event. Issue 3 of 3. I'm having all these random issues from the 3-part limited series. I think I have 1 issue of X-Force, 1 issue of Wolverine from the Fear Itself stories. I'll probably never get them fully completed, but if I see an issue, I'll grab it. Then the original Invaders, not the all new Invaders from just now, but the original Invaders. Issue number 39. Then we have an Alex Ross cover of the Black Panther, which I did not have yet. And I don't know, is this a Black Panther issue or is it a different series? Because it's not always the case that it's a Black Panther issue if it's a Black Panther cover. It's a timeless cover done by Alex Ross, the master himself. Apparently it's an Avenger story. Which issue is it? Avengers 37. so now you know. But yeah, I bought this one for the cover. I have a couple of them. No, I don't have. I had the chance to buy them all, but when they came out, but I didn't because they're just like butts and heads, you know. If it was a whole connecting cover, I've seen a poster of it, I think, where Alex Ross drew them in full body, and then all the guys close to one another. So if he had done it that way, if Marvel had done it that way in a connecting variant, then I probably would have got them all back then. But now if I see one for a nice price, I'll just grab it, depending on which character it is. Amazing Spider-Man, issue 700.5. Did not have this one yet. Needed it. Quasar. Not the best of series, I don't think, but yeah, it's sort of a guilty pleasure, I guess. Yeah, issue 53, Quasar. Then we have some Marvel Comics Presents, issue number 54, which I did not have, featuring Wolverine and the Hulk. And on the back cover, there's what do we have here? Oh, the Shroud. He actually appeared in my previous video about the unboxing I did in the other box. And Werewolf by Night. That's a big coincidence. And then we have Stingray and Tiger Shark. So for you guys who are not familiar with Marvel Comics Presents, it's a regular comic, but it's divided up into 4 separate. Yeah, sometimes it's a one-off, just a short 6 or 8 page story, but sometimes it's an installment of a whole run. So as you can see, Wolverine is part 1 right here, and part 1 of Werewolf by Night, but Stingray is part 2 already. So in the previous issue, in issue 53, you could find part 1 of the Stingray story. So if you bought this comic back in the days, then you would get like different kinds of artists, different kinds of writers, different kinds of characters, and you could see which one you liked. And of course, this is mostly familiar for, known for the Weapon X storyline, which would come around issue 74-ish, 73 maybe, 71, and the Sam Keith art later on. Apart from that, it's not really that interesting, I don't think, but I just want to have them completed. This one features Wolverine, Typhoid Mary, probably some Nightcrawler, and a cover by Steve Laiola, which I sometimes like his art, sometimes I don't, sometimes I do, probably also depending on who did the inking. And let's see what's on the back cover. We got ourselves some Ghost Rider and Werewolf by Night, and there's some Thanos in there as well. And as I was saying, like, this cover seems to be done by Sam Keith. Can I get a confirmation there? Let's see. I don't see his signature. What's that? No, it doesn't seem like a signature. But yeah, the cover seems to be done by Sam Keith, but this one is not. And let's see if I can find some credits. Yeah, here. Sam Keith cover. And Steve Laiola. This one then, probably. Oh, Steve Lido. Oh, okay. I thought it was Laiola. Shows you how much I know then. Steve Lido. I thought it was Laiola. Okay, well, I didn't know about that. But yeah, his art somewhat sketchy-ish, but seems to be done well on this one. I like this. Steve Lido. Okay. I didn't know about that. And then we have a Nightcrawler story. Art looks alright, but not as, it's just a bit weird sometimes, but not as good as Steve Lido. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, they say picture tells 1,000 words or something like that. And it does. Anyways, moving on. Steve Lytle. Okay, well, I didn't know about that. I thought it was Lionel. Marvel Comics presents issue 124, featuring Typhoid Mary, Ghost Rider. Apparently also Sola and El Tarantula. And I have no idea who that is. Oh, that's Sola, of course. Yeah. Let's open it up real quick. This looks horrible. Who did this? Fry. Some Fry person. Let's just take a look at the credits. There's some She-Hulk in there, Wolverine as well. Fry. Who is this Fry guy? James Fry and Chris Ivy cover. I mean, look at that. I don't like it. And this. I can get into this. Who did this? I don't recognize this. Palmiotti, of course I do, but the artist who did this? Carunos. Never heard of him. Anyways, Marvel Comics presents 124. And then we have a random Punisher issue. Punisher 76. Art by apparently Derek Robertson. And this must have been like a little bit after the New Warriors running date, because it sort of looks the same. I've had an issue like a couple of weeks ago done by him, and I really didn't like his art in there, where I was a big fan of his art on the New Warriors, and this sort of looks like the same way he drew the New Warriors. So let me just, oh, the pencils on the inside are done by Stroman, Larry Stroman, I guess, and Kopasic. Larry Stroman. You gotta love his art. You either do or you don't. It's a weird way of drawing, but I like it. Something different, you'll recognize him immediately. Strange lines. I like the way he draws. Other artists. Yeah. Anyways, Punisher, Derek Robertson cover. I like the cover. That's good. I didn't know it was a Derek Robertson cover, but I saw his signature or his initials, and I knew it's him. Let's see if he gets credited. He does not get credited in the issue itself. Anyways, that's it. A big pile of comics, and I'm very happy with this. Thanks, guys. And also thank you guys for joining me in unboxing this and taking a look at the comics. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about certain series or artists or whatever. If you want to know what the difference is between Steve Lytle and Steve Laialoa, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but if you have a question, just let me know in the comments below. And I don't always get a notification of the comments, but I try to take a look at them once in a while and just reply to them. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time around.